Hi, I'm Danger Man, and this is another Danger Man moment. I'm the urban superhero, and I just finished watching on CNN this show Black and Blue. Soledad O'Brien, she did this show there, and it dealt with in New York and the New York Police Department and one city in particular, Bed-Stuy, okay, which is predominantly minority community, and it talked about the stop and frisk, and they interviewed police as well as residents in that community. One young man has been stopped over 100 times by the police. Okay, not once was he arrested or charged with anything. Okay, and then they showed again footage of Eric Gardner, and there's a protest and T-shirts, a movement called "I Can't Breathe." Okay, this is the African American young man. I think he was like 31 years old. He's a big fella, and all these cops jumped on him, and I saw them putting their hands, holding his head down on the ground, and had their feet and they're all over him, and their hands holding him down, and he's saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe," and then, as you know, he passed away. Okay, they had him in a chokehold. All right, and they interviewed several cops, and one that didn't want to have his identity known. They talked about how the cops go after these young men, 18 to 25. Okay, and the broken window program, some of these other programs that they use to to justify, and then where they have to have results where they have to arrest so many people and issue so many summons, okay, and how many careers and people and kids and that lives that they ruin by just arresting them, just pushing on them and pushing hard on them, okay. God, I'm glad I don't have a son. It's tough times raising a black boy in these times, all right. And then especially in some of these urban cities, it's like it's a crapshoot. Okay, so I watched this show very intensely. If you get a chance, look at it, check it out. Black and Blue on CNN. Soledad O'Brien. She's riding around with Bratton, who's the police chief there in New York, and I think they have like 34,000 police officers or something. Huge force. Okay, but the stop and frisk thing. First off, we're Americans. We have citizens. We're citizens of the United States of America, and we have certain rights. Okay. And some of these their rights were being violated, okay? And I think the court agreed, and that's why they had that stop and frisk was ruled, that it wasn't fair, okay, and it was unjustified, okay? And so anyway, it's a tough city. I mean, we want to keep crime down, but do we want to keep crime down at stomping on the rights of the individuals, huh? And are black men in danger? Young black African American men. We know there's a lot of crime out there in the black community, but don't forget they have rights, okay? And because we're citizens, all right? And the police work for us. That's right. We're citizens. We pay taxes. The police work for us. We don't work for the police, okay? We pay their salaries, okay, with our taxes, okay. So anyway, check it out. Check out the show. Some of it just is heartbreaking. How this one African American mom, and she's like, every time her son goes out the door, and she can't sleep until he comes back in at the end of the night, and she talks to him to find out if he was stopped, if he might beat him up. You're talking about now the cops had stopped him and hit him in the face, okay. He hadn't done anything, okay. So and I'm a law and order guy, but not when law trumps the rights of the citizens. Okay, the cops are there to serve and protect. Okay, and not to take away our rights. And the rights of our young men. Okay, young black men, okay, who a lot of them don't have jobs, a lot of them, don't have adequate education, but that doesn't mean that, Trump on them, okay, and this Eric Gardner case is, there's this pending litigation now because this New York City Police Department has been sued, but clearly they're wrong, okay, in this case. He was a big fellow, but they did not, give them the right to do what they did to him, okay? And then they were never found, after that investigation, never found any cigarettes or whatever they said he was selling, okay? And so that troubles me, So we need good cops doing good police work, okay? All right, so, all right, guys, this is Danger Man, the Urban Superhero. I Can't Breathe is one of the campaigns, okay? Because you can hear this guy crying out. I can't breathe. He says, I can't breathe. He was on concrete. He was laying on concrete. They had his arm twisted, leg, and all these cops, 5 or 6 cops on top of him. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And now he's dead. This is Danger Man, the Urban Superhero. And this is another Danger Man moment. Take care. Thanks.